Hey there guys, and welcome back to Alex Invest. Happy Tuesday, and as we can see, the markets are mixed today. And stocks that are doing really well again today, though, are hydrogen industry stocks. Some other clean energy stocks, but mostly hydrogen stocks are doing extremely well today. So that's good to see after we had a bit of a pullback there yesterday, right? But what I want to talk to you guys about today is Mountain Valley MD. That's Mvmd. And this is one we talked about a while back, and I first picked it up right here, right after their share offering. Then we came back up a bit, but of course we came back down, and I think it was right around this point here where I told you guys that it would be a good time to buy this stock. And of course we did have a little bit of consolidation, but you know, since these past few days here, we've just gone absolutely crazy on this stock. So the question is, why has this happened, right? Well, there is a bit of news surrounding this, so we're gonna go through that. I just wanted to mention again that these stocks on the side here are sort of my main holdings, right? And let me, if I just move this out of the way here a bit, there we go. We can see Brewbuilt here at the bottom, right? And I mentioned this one on my Instagram yesterday, actually. It's been going up and their financials are actually incredible. But anyways, let's get into Mvmd. All right, so we're gonna start here with a news article that came out on January 20th. And I've highlighted a few things here for you guys. So we know already that this is about using less of the vaccine, right, than we would usually need in an ordinary scenario. So that's great to hear. And you can see I've highlighted that again right here. It is there so that we need to use less of the vaccine in order to get the same result. That's really what Mvmd is all about here. They're trying to make these drugs and the administration of these drugs cheaper, more cost-effective, and more efficient, really, right? We can see that right here. The company's strategy to introduce technology that offers simplicity for partner adoption and enable cost-effective solutions that can be quickly brought to market. And, you know, first we're thinking vaccine. Oh, maybe we're talking about the coronavirus here. Well, we're actually talking about the polio vaccine here. And, you know, this is their new technology here, the PANA. And now they do say here that there are other proven sort of aluminum adjuvants here that are already in the market, but they also say that they have numerous disadvantages in both manufacturing and stability, right? Limiting their usefulness. What Mvmd plans to do is have their patented PANA here take over because of the ease of use and their stability there, right? And also, again, it makes it more cost effective than sort of the technology out there. Their goal, again, here is to use 20 times less than the standard dose that's currently being given for a vaccine, right? And again, this is a critical achievement to optimize manufacturing output and dramatically reduce costs, which again, that's their goal, right? That's what they're trying to achieve here in total as a company. Now, at this point, right, we can see it's that they've only filed for the patent, right? So they haven't actually fully gotten the patent yet. And not only that, but we can see that they're still doing a study on this, right? They haven't yet fully done a study. And so at this point, it is sort of more speculation than anything, but I do think with sort of some of the other technology they already have here, I can see this working out for them quite well. And of course, you know, I have shares in this company. I hope that it works out well for them here. And they will be proceeding immediately, right? This is key because that means we could actually see some news on this quite soon. And this could be a nice kind of catalyst for them again here, even though we've had sort of a nice run here lately, right? And this is the 20th here. This is when the news came out and we kind of stayed flat, right? Up until sort of the 21st, we had our first big jump, and then again, 22nd, a little stable, and 25th and 26th, right, is where we really started to jump up here. So what's interesting to note about that is that this news isn't really fully behind the run that we've seen, and there's something else maybe going on, or, you know, there's a lot of hype that some news on this is going to come out soon because they're starting immediately, just like we said, right? So because of those things and because of potential catalysts coming soon, you know, that could be a reason that we've seen sort of a bigger run here. But again, this study is going to compare this sort of adjuvant to the company's nanoparticle adjuvant, right? And sort of see which one can perform better, and hopefully their nanoparticle adjuvant here can perform better than sort of the leading technology there right now. And then here, this is really important, right? A critical piece of our broader vaccine technology strategy. So let's just talk about that for a sec. So what's great about that is that, sure, right now they're looking at the polio vaccine specifically, but we could see them move into other vaccines. And then what instantly pops into my head, of course, is the COVID-19 vaccine, right? and perhaps using this technology, depending on how quickly they sort of get it out here, to start using it again to make the COVID vaccine more cost effective, more efficient, more economically efficient, and easier to deliver with less sort of logistical problems here. I mean, that's sort of the big problem we're facing right now, is we have the COVID vaccine and it's all good, right? But the problem is the logistical issues with it, and that's why we're not getting the amount of doses that we need to be getting out to the people so that we can stop COVID finally, right? You know, perhaps with this technology, we can get to the point where we can actually administer this vaccine to the entire population that needs it to kind of eradicate COVID-19 faster than we otherwise would. And that would really push the price of this stock much higher. Of course, it would anyways if we see effectiveness with the polio vaccine, but if we move sort of this technology to the COVID vaccine, then we're going to see some key effects right away. And this is really going to bring Mvmd to another level here, because the technology will have been proven again, and they can again then move into other vaccines and everything like that. And I just want to read this last line to you guys here. Using a fraction of the inactivated polio vaccine, applying advanced quicksum thin film inside a vial that can be distributed completely outside of the cold chain, and administering through needleless applications is the formula to help us achieve our vision of a world without polio. So again, what's key there is outside of the cold chain, right? And we've talked about this before, but with sort of their quicksum technology, we actually won't need this cold chain. And the cold chain is basically the supply and distribution of products that need to be refrigerated or kept at a certain temperature. Again, like the polio vaccine, like the COVID vaccine as well here. And that's actually one of the logistical problems that we have with the COVID vaccine. And yeah, again, I've talked about this before, but if we can get this technology working for polio and we don't need to have it in the cold chain, we can probably do the same thing for the COVID vaccine. And again, that gets rid of a lot of logistical problems that we're having right now. And we can likely eradicate COVID quicker. And perhaps that's part of the reason why kind of we're seeing this continued run up, right? Because people are thinking, well, maybe once they have this technology, they can use it in the COVID vaccine, and that again would push the price of this stock much, much higher than the dollar that we're at right now. So that is something to keep in mind here, and that is sort of one aspect of this company that I do have big hopes on. And, you know, there are a lot of other things, but what's important is that it could quite easily be that Mvmd kind of changes the game here in a lot of respects for administering drugs, making it easier and making it more cost effective again and more efficient and all of this, right? Again, they're a new player in the game. They have new technology and they're still working on becoming known and becoming proven as a company, right? And when they do, we're really going to see this price go much, much higher than we're at here. So I do still think it's a good investment. And sure, of course, eventually we're going to see a pullback, but I'm not sure if we're going to see a pullback just yet. But of course, that being said, most of this run is kind of more speculation here than anything else. So do keep that in mind. But they are headed in the right direction here. So where do I see this stock going? Well, I think by 2022, this technology should be very proven and the company as a whole should be quite proven. They should be getting quite a few license agreements by then and other partnerships, right? So by then, I do see this stock being at a much, much higher price as long as they can execute their business plan here. So yes, it's risky, and yes, it's slight speculation here for sure. But, you know, again, I always tell you guys this, I like to get into these companies early before they sort of become fully proven. And if I think that they will get there, then I'll invest now, because I don't want to be sitting on the sidelines, wait for those big runs after these announcements and then get in too late, right? And sure, we're still going to see a continued uptrend, I think, once all of this technology and this company as a whole is proven and they show that they can make drugs more cost effective and more efficient and everything, and sort of solve some of these logistical problems, but we'll never see a price of $1 at that point, right? So I am holding my shares. I'm not picking up any more shares right now. If we see a dip again, if they do a share offering or anything like this, then I would be thinking maybe to pick up some shares here again. And, you know, that's where I originally picked up those shares after that share offering. And, you know, I could see myself doing it again. I do like getting into a stock after a share offering for sure, because generally what happens is afterwards it gets pushed back up to the original price, right? That being said, they have no debt right now, and they have about $6 million in cash, and they have no immediate need for that cash. So because of this, I actually don't see a share offering for quite some time. But anyways, on a dip in general, I could see myself buying into this one more heavily than I already am. And that's going to be all for you guys today. If you guys liked the video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment as always. And other than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.